What's up, everybody, and welcome to the Rideshare with Jonathan YouTube channel. Today's video is going to be a commonly asked question I've received on Facebook, YouTube, and a couple other social media platforms, and that's going to be, how do I track my mileage so when it comes around to tax season, I can submit this and it will be an approved way to get that 57.5 cents per mile for my standard deduction on taxes. So let's go and get started on the first thing that I use. All right, now when it comes to tracking my miles, I do use an app that tracks my miles, my expenses, my income, everything all together. And that app is going to be QuickBooks Self-Employed. I actually have that on my iPhone itself. I pay $14.99 a month for this service, but the reason I have a paid one is because I like to have everything organized. And when it comes around to tax season, I can submit all that all at one time. So let's say I go out driving today for Uber, and I go get gas and I buy a soda on that route and all that stuff. What I can do is it's going to show the transactions that come up for the amount that I've spent out of my bank account that I've linked to, and the mileage and the routes that I've driven. So at the end of the day, what I can do is update my app. It will automatically show the routes I've driven and the money I've spent, and I can organize those into categories. So for example, if I end up paying myself from the Uber at the end of the day, it will jump into my bank account and I can actually show that as a transaction of income on my QuickBooks Self-Employed app. Same thing when I get gas, I can put that in as gas and fuel for rideshare, and it automatically organizes all this for me. And that way, when it comes around for tax season, or TurboTax is what I use, I can actually upload all that information straight from my app straight into TurboTax. I literally don't have to do anything. No work is required, because when you're out there driving, you're receiving 57.5 cents per mile that you drive for rideshare, not your personal driving, but when you're driving people around. Now, a lot of people are going to be asking, well, why in the world would you do that when Uber and Lyft send you a 1099 and it shows you all your miles that you've driven? Well, here's the thing. Most of the time, those miles will not be correct, because the only mileage it's showing is the mileage when you have a passenger in the car. But your taxes say that you can count the miles driving to and after you drop them off while you're still en route to other destinations or picking up people. So you're losing out on a lot of money if you're only using the Uber and only using the Lyft app. And this accounts to Uber Eats, Grubhub, DoorDash, Instacart, all of them, Shipped. I mean, you name it, it pretty much applies to all of them. So if you aren't reading the rules and paying attention to this, you're losing out on a lot of money. Well, what will save you from that? Very simple. QuickBooks Self-Employed. Eat the $14.99 a month that you're going to spend, and take that and take into account that you're most likely going to save way more than that when it comes around to tax season, because you're going to have everything already on your phone and on that app. So anyways, that's what I personally use. Now we're going to move on and talk about the second one to track your mileage, and this one's completely free. All right, so the next one is called Stride. This is completely free. It costs no money, and yes, it is an approved way to actually show your mileage to the IRS when you go to pay your taxes. Now, the only reason, once again, I use QuickBooks is because I have everything in one place. Stride is only approved just for the mileage, and that is it. You can organize your expenses and everything else, but it will not be automatically uploaded. None of that will automatically be done for you. You will have to do all that manually. Now, this is an account if you don't use just a standard deduction of 57.5 cents per mile. But if you only are using just a standard deduction amount for your mileage, honestly, it may be worth just honestly sucking it up and doing the free route and worry about if you need to do anything manually. You'll end up doing it that way. It just depends on your circumstance, to be honest with you. Me, I have multiple businesses going on underneath one name. So QuickBooks helps basically save me the organization of all that, and everything's in one place for me. But if you're only, let's say, just doing Uber and you're only worried about the mileage, Stride is completely free, and I would honestly recommend doing that as a free option for sure. I would not use any other one but Stride. No, I'm not getting paid to say that. You don't receive any referral bonuses that I'm aware of for this. But Stride has definitely been the most accurate when it comes to the mileage for me that I've seen when it comes down to the free services. So the second one, and the one I would recommend for a free option, would definitely be Stride. Well, hopefully this video helped you guys out as far as tracking your mileage when it comes around, since tax season is rolling up here in January. If you do recommend something else other than QuickBooks and Stride, please leave that in the comments below. And if you haven't already, make sure to hit that like and subscribe button if you like watching videos pertaining anything to do with the rideshare. Uber and Lyft is specifically what I talk about. I will venture off a little bit, but not for the most part. Other than that, you guys have a good day and safe driving.